Join us in recognizing the Kinston High School's graduating class of 2020. We wish you the very best in your future. Congratulations!
Let us pray. Thank you, God, for allowing us to be here together for the KHS Class of 2020 major milestone of it. I come here today to ask your blessings over all our souls as we graduate from high school and into the world that is waiting for us. Help us keep our heads high when we're facing challenges on. Lord, I pray that you guide us to grow and become successful adults. Also, Lord, bring us to the light, ways to help our faith grow in your name. In Jesus' name, let it be in your hands. Amen. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, accompanied by the playing of the national anthem.
Good morning, faculty, friends, family, and the class of 2020. I'm going to be honest, with all that's going on, I never thought I'd see this day. We're here. It may not be how we imagined or dreamed it would be, but we're very much here. What a crazy senior year it has been, not just for us, but the entire world. And this chaos is not just limited to this pandemic that has affected many lives. The year's trials and tribulations look different for each one of us. Senior year disappointments, maybe a parent losing a job, the loss of a loved one, and for all of us, racism. Through this pandemic and the continuous racial injustice that occurs in this country, I think it's safe to say that in life, disappointments are inevitable. And that is okay. If we were never discouraged by the mistakes we have made or drawbacks that have occurred, there would be no room for motivation. Think of all the times someone or something has attempted to stand in your way to prevent you from fulfilling a purpose or goal. Yes, this was a drawback, but it never stopped you from going after your heart's desire. These stumbling blocks have created in us strength, fierceness, and persistence. As we take the next step in our lives, whether it be entering the workforce, joining the military, or going to college, it is important to know that the difficulties life will throw at us are not what we should be worried about, but rather how we handle and respond to them. Henry David Thoreau said, "If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment." These obstacles we go through make us stronger in every area of our lives and equip us to help the next person enduring through a similar situation. The future, especially now, is uncertain. And that can be extremely scary, but there is no doubt in our mind that we have already been prepared to handle whatever comes our way. There is opportunity in uncertainty. This uncertain time has given us the chance and time to do more, read more, relax more, work out more, sleep more, and of course, do more TikToks. But what if we took it a little deeper? What if we focused on the betterment of our community rather than ourselves? What if each day we woke up with the mindset of being the best brother, sister, son, daughter, or friend? What if we focused on being the best version of ourselves for someone else? We have all had the privilege of growing up in a community that loves, supports, and encourages us in all we do. Each individual in this room is prouder than words can ever say. And without this love and strong foundation we were raised in, we would not be the best version of ourselves as we are today. We got here today standing on the shoulders of those who came before us. We owe it to them to give back to this community and this world as we embark on our next journey. It is our token of gratitude to them to leave this world brighter and better than we came in. Throughout my high school years, I have always been so worried about the future. Being the youngest of the family, Many people expected me to follow in my siblings' footsteps, but that was not the plan laid out for me. It took me up until last summer to realize that God has a unique and great plan for each and every one of us. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Regretfully, I was not present in these moments. So my advice to everyone today is to put down the phone, stop worrying about the news trends or how many likes we get on Instagram, but be present in each moment. Be the listening ear when someone needs to vent, or the shoulder to cry when a friend's heart is aching, or the change to remove the target on people's back because of the color of their skin. We are needed more than ever to be present and stand with our brothers and sisters in the fight against injustice. Now is the time to step up and be the change everyone tells us we will be. It is time to put those words to action. If this uncertainty hasn't taught us anything, it has taught us to turn our attention to what truly matters in life and to act now because tomorrow is not promised. Each day we wake up, we are given the chance to make a difference in the world. Take advantage of this opportunity so willingly given to us every day because the present is a gift that affects the future of the world for our younger brothers and sisters. So I leave you with the famous words of the great Reverend King. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Class of 2020, this is just the beginning of our lives. We are the change that we, our parents, our grandparents, and the world need to see and experience. Thank you.
Fellow graduates, family members, and staff members, I'm honored to be here today speaking to you all, and I'm also honored to be a part of Kinston High School's Class of 2020. I cannot put into words how thankful I am to be standing here, and over the next few minutes, I'd like to talk to you all about what we have learned over the past 4 years, the people that we have to thank for our successes, and the moments that we have to cherish forever. Seniors, by now you're probably wondering where the years have gone. As babies, we entered the world like everyone else, confused and ready to see what it was all about. We didn't quite understand everything that was occurring, but to us the world was new and full of wonder. As we grew and we developed simple skills like learning to read, count, and pronounce simple words, there came a stage in our lives where we had to say goodbye to those simpler times and welcome a new era that can be described as grade school. There we began to realize that the world was much bigger than us, and we embraced the opportunities that came with it. And then further along our journey, we embarked on middle school, and we finally began to understand ourselves and the unique qualities that we possess. Some of us even got cell phones. And then we finally advanced to where we are now, high school. I'll never forget things like my first day of freshman year or my first time seeing upperclassmen roam the halls. I'll never forget the friendships that I made, and most importantly, I'll never forget the lessons that I've learned. Throughout the last 4 years, we have learned to embrace the opportunities that come with life and how to understand ourselves. High school has taught us the importance of setting a goal and not stopping until you achieve it. The importance of being able to adapt to uncomfortable situations, and the importance of never giving up on your dreams. It has taught us the value of maintaining meaningful relationships, the benefits that come with being optimistic, and how to take things in stride even if we're unsure of their outcome. Lastly, high school has taught us how to conquer situations that were meant for our downfall. Situations so much like the one that we're in right now. And even though we may not understand why things are happening, we must not forget that high school has prepared us for the battle that we're facing. We're so prepared that not only did we do something truly greater than anything that we could have ever imagined, but we did something that no class could ever say that they have ever done. We decided to sacrifice our enjoyment and our desires for the benefit and for the safety of others. We've shown the world what it truly means to be a senior by understanding that we all cannot be great without one another. Our creativity, our resourcefulness, and our resilience is truly unmatched. We never thought we would have to learn math over Zoom or miss out on things like prom. But I hope that when we look back on this journey, it reminds us that when we get knocked down, we get up so much stronger. Yes, we should have had a proper graduation, and yes, we should have been able to finish an incredible senior year. But instead of dwelling on what could have been, understand that we have so many memories to be thankful for and so many sacrifices to be proud of. High school has truly been an unforgettable experience. And when we look back, it's important to think about all the people that have helped us along the way. People like our teachers, family, friends, and even community members, because without them, our accomplishments would not have been possible. So to our teachers, because of you all believing in us and pushing us to be great, we've learned that we are so much more capable than we could have ever imagined. And although it may be cliche, you all have honestly taught us that we can do anything that we set our minds to. I'll truly miss walking down the halls and hopping into classrooms, or even taking trips to the office just to tell staff about my day or things that I've accomplished. You've made school a home away from home, and I don't think you all understand how thankful we are for that. And to our friends, the friendships that we have made here will last a lifetime. We'll always remember the laughs, the jokes, the good times, the bad times, and even the trips that we've taken. Thank you for being supportive of us and giving us your opinions and just for being a shoulder to cry on. And to our families, these past 4 years have presented us with so many ups and downs, and we appreciate you all so much for being with us every step of the way. We appreciate all the sacrifices that you've made for us, and we strive every day to make you all proud. Everything you've done, it wasn't always seen, and it may not have always been appreciated, but believe it or not, that's our biggest motivation, because we strive to grow and be successful, and later come back to help our communities, just to show you all that your hard work was for something greater. Getting to this day, it was never an easy journey. As freshmen, we began by watching the classes before us, cherishing their high school moments, and envisioning the day that we would be in their position. We were waiting for our turn, and we were starting to create our own memories. And then suddenly everything changed, and our moment came in a way that no one would have expected. It left us wondering, what should we do now and where should we go next? And it might have taken a little bit of time to figure out, but at the end of the day, we're still seniors. It's still our turn, and this is still our moment. It may not have been what we were expecting, but it's our choice to make it ours anyway. And so today we honor ourselves not only for 4 years of hard work, but for 13 years of persistence and dedication, remembering all the sacrifices that we have made. When we think back on all the small and life-changing moments that occurred in our lives, they add up to make us a senior class of 2020. So let's celebrate ourselves, seniors, and be proud of us for getting to this moment. We did it, and today is significant because of us. And so on behalf of Kinston High School, I say, congratulations, class of 2020.
KHS Gospel Choir members, Kanika Johnson and Andrea Williams, please come to the stage to lead the senior class in the singing of the Alma Mater, followed by Alina Rivers and Leslie Sutton, leading the senior class in the turning of the tassels. The words to the Alma Mater can be found in your program.
Our alma mater true, we love and honor you. Our golden forest green will forever sing to thee, our alma mater. Our love will never die. All hail to Kingston High School, we give our best to you. As time has quickly gone, and life our paths must part, the memories will live on, deep within our hearts. Through all the joy and sadness, through triumph and in tears, we shall cherish Kingston High School throughout the coming years.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present the graduates of the Kinston High School class of 2020. You may turn your tassel.
Congratulations to Kinston High School's 2020 graduates.